Week 17 in the National Football League. For Aaron Crouch, I am Michael Carvelis. This is the Pickin Em Wars podcast. Follow Pickin Em follow Pickin Em Wars on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Reddit. Subscribe to this here podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And Aaron, I don't know how your season has gone football-wise, not just picking-wise, but I'm wearing a basketball hat on a football show. How are you doing?
I mean, to be fair, I'm wearing a minor league baseball team's hat. So
yeah, but we have ulterior motives over here.
Yeah, I don't think that's such a negative thing. But, the betting has gone well. I have won money with the Pickin Em Wars podcast, or with the Pickin Em Wars app, which is a pretty dang impressive thing to do if I do say so myself. I've consistently got tokens, and in my standard sports betting, things have gone well, although my mind has been distracted from the last few weeks. But I definitely wish I was betting these college football picks I've been making recently. I'm on a little bit of a hot streak.
Yeah, I can't stand you for that. If you want to check that out, go to mikeandaarondrive.com and see our socials, shops, sponsors, and YouTube all in one beautiful little link tree, but we put a nice little domain on it.
Mm-hmm.
So mikeandaarondrive.com. Before we get into our picks, it is time for a Week 16 recap. Me and Aaron don't get to do these a lot anymore, except for on the show, which is fantastic.
Love it.
So, I'm sorry. That's all my chance to do stand-up comedy again. Cowboys beat Minshew Mania, barely. And then last night, Joshua Dobbs Titans on Thursday night of Week 17, giving Dallas fans how much confidence on a scale of 1 to 10? You can't say 1990.
Well, Dallas Cowboys fans are probably at a 12 right now, but really, caveat emptor with Dallas right now. I still think they can put together one of the best single weeks in football, and I don't know if that's good for playoff. I mean, they're gonna have to be on the road the entire playoffs, probably, based on they're not going to win the division most likely. And they're probably going to have to go to Tampa or Carolina and face whoever wins the NFC South. As far as confidence goes, I mean, you got to feel good when you win a game in the NFL. I don't know what confidence scale we're on as a barometer for Super Bowl, or if we're just on barometer week to week. If I'm a Cowboy fan, I'm feeling 9. I'm feeling 10. If I'm talking about the Super Bowl, I should probably be feeling like a 7. Let's not get too crazy, because Dak likes to throw the ball to players that aren't in his jerseys. So we got to put a hold on that one. And I'm a Dak guy, you know that.
Me too, actually. And Dak has been smelling it up. But he did make an impressive throw in the clutch last night at Dalton Schultz when the team was up by 7 and needed an extra, or like up by 4, and needed an extra score. He did step up and throw a beautiful pass out of the safety, which is cool. But can you do that against all the teams in the playoffs and not the what did they play last night? The
Titans.
Yeah, the Titans, who don't know who their quarterback is.
Weren't they 7-3 at one point?
Yep. Hey, by the way, did you see the shot of Joshua Dobbs' parents?
I did not.
Okay, so if you haven't seen that shot, I watched it live and immediately tweeted out, that's exactly how I expected his parents to look, okay?
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry. Oh, anyways, he played.
Do they have eyebrows?
They do not.
No, they don't either? Okay. I didn't see that.
I'm sorry. So. Anyways, here's a scheduled topic. Vikings won another one-score game, beating the Fighting Daniel Joneses and the Giants. Is Minnesota for real, or is Minnesota for fake?
This is such a tough one, man. Week to week, this is the Jekyll and Hyde team I have ever seen in my life. And I mean, it's all a point of what you're trying to do, and that's win a Super Bowl, correct? Do I think they're going to win a Super Bowl? No. Do I think there's a possibility they could get to a Super Bowl? Absolutely. So, I mean, it all depends on what your definition of for real is. I mean, are they going to win a Super Bowl? No. So I guess if that's where our barometer is, then I guess they're fake. But, I mean, they just keep getting dubs. And a dub is 2 V's, and V is for Viking. So
what are you, Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, you like that?
Throwing up gangs? Okay, hold on now.
I need my chains and my gang signs.
Oh, Lord, gross. Derek Carr is taking an early vacation after my nemesis, Kenny Pickett's, led the Steelers to an ugly win. Rate the Vegas failure, and your scale is 1 to Josh McDaniels.
You know, this I can't figure out. I mean, Derek Carr, I know I read something earlier this week that they're basically benching Derek Carr because they can cut ties with him in the offseason, and the cap hit when he's healthy versus injured is significant. So I get it. I get why they're doing what they're doing. They're going to want to see what they have because obviously they're going to have to figure out what's going to happen with not only Derek Carr, is Devontae Adams even going to want to be there next year after this?
I've heard they both don't want to be there, and the call came from Mark Davis to bench Carr.
Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense. It's a business decision at this point.
Yes.
Josh McDaniels, even with that, I think they have like a 1.5% chance of making the playoffs. Like everything has to fall and the stars align. Josh McDaniels would have Derek Carr out there unless his owner's telling him, I'm firing you if you put number 4 on the field here. I can look at it as a failure because I had higher expectations for this team, and especially given the fact that the Chargers aren't that impressive like everybody thought they would be. They're what, 8-6, 8-7.
I'm surprised they're going to have their 10th win if they can get this game today or Sunday.
Yeah, so I mean they're 9-6, excuse me. So I mean they're right around where I thought. I thought the Raiders would be around 9-8 this year, and they might be 8-9 if they finish the season, with 2 wins. I don't know, but it's hard to say this is a failure. This was supposed to be the toughest division in football, and 3 of the teams. I mean, I'll leave the Chargers out of it. 2 of the teams have vastly underperformed. So you talk about one-score games. This is the difference between the Vikings and the Raiders. The Vikings are winning them, and the Raiders aren't.
So Vikings have had the most one-score victories in NFL history, and the Raiders have blown the most second-half 10-point leads, or maybe 14 points. It's either 14 or 10, but they've had 4 of them, and it's like they broke a record for second-half blown leads. So
yeah, and I think they've lost probably 70-80% of their games by 6 points or less. So, and like you said, a lot of them they've been leading, and I know it pains you to have Kenny Pickett beat somebody, but here we are.
To be fair, the Colts beat this team too. So,
to be fair to Josh McDaniels, I don't think he's getting fired.
They looks like they want to give him a quarterback. I'm like, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. That's a bold strategy.
We'll start with that defense too.
Oh, yes, I've heard it's bad. All right, well, are you ready to win some free mucho dinero and not tokens? We're winning cash this week.
I'm going for cash this week. I got my app up and it is ready to go.
Same, bro. All right. So
LFG week 17. Here we go.
Let's do salutations are done. It's time to run. All right. The Arizona Cardinals is a battle of the Redbirds, by the way, and the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are 3.5-point home favorites. Falcons at 5-10. Cardinals at 4-11. Falcons used to be like 7-0 against the spread a long time ago. To be fair, I believe the Falcons have 4 of their wins have come at home, but I don't think that's enough to cover against the Fighting Colt McCoys. Colt McCoy's way better than Trace McSorley because it'll actually give DeAndre Hopkins more than 1 target.
Yeah.
So we're going to go with the Cardinals to cover. But I like the Falcons to win. But as for the sake of this show, give me Cards.
Yeah, I kind of, in this spot with both of these teams effectively out of it, and I think I guess Atlanta has a chance. I don't have to look at all the tiebreakers and everything, but I know the Cardinals are out of it here at this point. I wanted to say that Colt McCoy or Trace McSorley could probably put up a fight against these Falcons. I also took the 3.5 points simply because it was the hook. I think if it was just a 3, like it is in a lot of spots on a lot of books here, I would probably lean just taking the Falcons. I think they're the better team overall. I think Desmond Ritter's looked pretty decent.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. Did I lose a little connection there?
You're just, that's fine though. As long as that works for now. It'll fix itself, right?
Yeah, well, if you can hear me, I'm basically at the end of my rant here. I'm going to take the Cardinals plus 3.5.
Turn off your camera. Maybe that'll help. I feel like my dogs are having a fight outside. Anyways, let's. Not
that I'm back.
You're back. The Chicago Billionaire Bears. That's a lie. and the Detroit Lions, the Blue Kitty Cats, the whatever, Motor City Cats. Lions are 6-point favorites here. For me, Lions really showed their true colors last week. And I'll put it this way, Aaron. I really believe this game's gonna come down to the Bears. What are they? The Bears are 3-12. It would be nice if the Lions could just get like another win. It would also be nice if they could just tank just one more time. We're gonna go with the Bears to cover here and actually win.
Yeah, I took the Bears to cover this one as well. You'll find the dog is primarily where I'm leaning here in Week 17, even though a lot of these dogs are effectively out of the playoffs.
And outside of my driveway, but yeah, that too.
Yeah, I took the Bears here. The Lions give up a lot of points just as much as they score them here. I think this is a close game, divisional matchup. If the Bears have anything going for them, it's to try to spoil the Lions' playoff hopes. And see, like we said, they're 1-9 their last 10. Like, let's see what we have with Justin Fields and the rest of this the rest of this season, I guess you could say. I'm not like they're gonna get rid of them, but I don't know. There's still some life in these Bears, so I'm gonna take them +6.
That's right. The Bears ain't dead yet. They've been shot a few times, but they're not dead. The Broncos are 13-point under horses against the Chiefs, who are 13-point favorites here. Chiefs are 12-3. And I mean, I feel like they've had like a down year according to the media because I haven't really heard anybody talking about them. We just kind of like expect them to win 12 or 13 games, which is quite fascinating when you look at Patrick Mahomes' career.
They're the new Patriots.
Yeah. Broncos are 4-11. Puke and piss. I'm going to go with the Chiefs to win by 17. I'm surprised I'm not getting a full 14 here. I am happy with those numbers.
Fair enough. I took the Broncos in this spot. It's kind of refreshing. Not that this season, obviously, Nathaniel Hackett's fired, so we're going to play the coach card here in the NFL.
That's right.
The interim covering, the Jeff Saturday pick, as we'll call it this year.
Panthers pick too. They did the same thing.
That's true. Yeah, Panthers covered against I think the Rams or something. But I kind of enjoyed like Jerry Jeudy coming out and defending Russ. A couple other players coming out and defending Russ. Look, I'm not in Russ's corner based on his actions this year by any stretch of the imagination, but I think there's going to be some kind of whirlwind of like, hey guys, let's go out here and maybe give a B+ effort and keep this game around 7-10. And we've noticed the last month or so, Chiefs are playing down to these opponents. I know that they covered against Seattle last week, but I think we're going to get, if you're giving me 13 points, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is the biggest spread of the week, I'm going to take the Broncos here.
I believe so. So one last thing about this game. The Chiefs, actually the Broncos have like a lot of guys on the injury report for Thursday. I checked. And I wasn't like a fan of that too much. But I think the Chiefs were up 27-0 in Denver.
It's possible. It's possible this pick goes horribly wrong for me. I'm not proud of it.
They were up 27-0 in Denver is what I'm saying. And now they're in Kansas City. That's why I'm kind of like, okay, give me the 14.
It's maybe a game where we don't see Patrick Mahomes in the second half.
Oh, whoa. I mean, the Bills, we thought about Josh Allen and the Bills against the Bears, and they said, rub it in.
That's fair. They're a college team. They like the style points. But all I can say is if you don't see Pat Mahomes in the second half, just open up the back door and let Russ cook them to a 7-point loss.
That's disgusting. I don't ever want to hear that from your mouth again. No,
back door or let Russ cook?
Let Russ. Oh, God, I can't even say it anymore. Russell Westbrook or Wilson. Good God.
Let Russ cook poo because that's all he's been cooking. Lately.
5 years ago, Russell Wilson and Russell Westbrook literally would have been on top of the mountains right now.
Life moves fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while.
Your name is Russell, yes. Patriots are 3-point favorites against the Dolphins. Aaron, it would be sweet if the Dolphins could turn around, but Tua got another headache. That's putting it lightly.
Yeah.
I don't want to make this joke. I really hope he doesn't turn into Antonio Brown. He won't.
No.
But good God, it is bad, dude. Well, apparently, he was 9 of 12 before he got hurt. Well, allegedly had a concussion. And then they played through. That's just gross. Give me the Patriots against God knows who, 24-13.
T.
Oh, and
Bridge,
the cover, yeah.
Teddy Two Gloves will be out there, which is Teddy Covers for a long time, but recently it hasn't been that way. Patriots are trying to salvage that season, even though they're going to end up with like the 19th pick in the draft this year, which is just so stupid. It is what it is. I know that Bill's obviously too proud to tank, and I don't blame him. But they're 7-8 right now, I think. So yeah, they'll finish the season 9-8, 8-9. Who knows?
Can't they get in?
But I think
it's too late.
What's that?
I thought they could get in.
They're out? I don't think they're out.
No, so I thought you were like writing their death, and I'm like, hold on now.
I'm not saying they're out. I'm just saying like they're either going to sneak a wild card and get stomped like they did last year, or they're going to just miss it and end up with like the 18th pick, which is always kind of that.
Just good enough.
Yeah, that no man's land pick where like Kenny Pickett lays and you don't take him. I took the Patriots as well in this one. Last ditch effort to win a football game, and like I said, if they fall out, they're going to look at that Raider game with Bill is just not going to be a happy boy. But I think Patriots get the win here, and I'm slowly disliking Mike McCarthy, or not Mike McCarthy. What's his name? Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, no, he's I don't
know what the right word for it. Like he's a guy who tries to be cool and funny. He's a square.
Did you used to have hold on now, Mr. Square himself?
I don't know, just like he just wants to be the funny guy all the time. I don't know.
That's funny.
It's cool when it's cool when you're winning. It's not cool when you're not. So
looks like a nerd, and I've never seen him talk, so you would know more than I do.
Well, I think they've been super streaky this year. Didn't they go like 3-0? Then they lost 3 in a row. Then they won.
Don't they do that a lot?
Then they won 5 in a row, and I think they've lost 3 or 4 in a row now.
They did it last year too.
Yeah, last year they just had that big one. They started off like 1-8 and then finished like 9-8. That was crazy.
Great coach.
Yeah, but I got the Patriots in this one. Not too much to say.
I do want to get to this game. I don't have a graphic for it, but it looks cute. Cool. Giants and the Colts. I don't know. Full disclosure, did not do that on purpose. But Giants are favored by 6 against the Colts. I actually think Colts cover, but they lose, which is obvious. But I know people they throw it in. They're starting Nick Foles. I'd like to think Nick Foles is still a little bit better than whatever crap he put on the field last week, because it was not a football game. It was something disgusting and smelly. So we're going to go with the Colts to cover the 6, but I would actually wouldn't mind a teaser there, but I'm just getting the 7 to 10. I don't really care about that. Giants have been cardiac kids anyways.
Yeah, the Giants like to play games close. I don't know if Jeff Saturday's coaching for a job. I highly doubt he is. No disrespect. I mean, if they wanted to give it to him, I don't think it'd be.
We want Cliff Kingsbury. If you watched AM Drive on Tuesday, I loved that the Cardinals were about ready to let him go. At least for an offensive coordinator, I will gladly take King Cliff.
For OC, sure, yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm taking the Colts as well in this one. Giants by 4.
I actually have Giants winning 22-20. I don't know why.
I was actually going to say something around 23-19. So yeah, we're in the same ballpark.
Hey, well, there's a sock on your back.
Oh, geez, Monsters
Inc. Come on, 19? Are we kidding?
I know what it is.
Well, that's slide.
Once you get to those power-ups.
Let's do it. All right, anyways, this is about power-ups. This is a fun segment, too. Aaron, most people who win cash on Pickin Em do use power-ups. When you finish outside the top 3 and still do good, unlike me anymore, tokens are rewarded, which can be used to buy power-ups. If you buy, the first one we're going to get to is a shaver, Aaron. The shaver, and I know you love a shaver. You've been doing great.
Yeah, I mean, not on my face. I haven't shaved in weeks in that department. But as far as this, full disclosure, I went way too fast with my picks this week, and I actually didn't make a power-up. Week 18, believe me, I will be spending the entire load on power-ups. I will use all 4 of them in Week 18 in an attempt to win some money. But speaking of the shaver, it is one of my favorite tools. It's only 75 tokens, which makes it the cheapest of all the power-ups. And what does it do? It's exactly what it is. You shave the line. Now, I know we talk about point shavers back in the day and how cheat. This is legalized cheating, legalized moving the line. If you're a teaser guy, this is for you. Move a football spread 7 points in your favor. Let me give you an example. Those Colts we just picked. You like them +6, or you maybe not like them +6. Maybe you think they're going to lose by 10. Well, shave that line back. Make it a +13. Or pick the Giants if you think they're going to win by 10. But the point here is 75 tokens gets you the shaver to move a line that you just need to feel a little bit more confident about in your direction.
Full touchdown will do it. So those backdoor covering Broncos, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could make them 20. Hey-yo.
That would be insane. You have no faith in the Broncos at that point. I'm sorry.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Good guess. Good gamble, I'd assume, on that. You can also spend 100 tokens to just say forget it, like I'm good, which is kind of crazy. Because the racer, you ever like have the pencils in school? I don't know if kids still use pencils in schools. They might use pens. I don't know.
I think they use laptops now.
Did you ever see the erasable pen? That was horrible.
Yeah, it didn't work very well. I actually still have one. Right? There's one in this jar here. It doesn't work. I haven't used it.
Good, because you just talked it down, and then you're like, oh, I got one, and your pen looks at you and spits at you. Anyways, erasing means your other picks do hold more weight, though. So beware the eraser. Aaron, tell us about my favorite.
Your favorite is the double down. It's basically you're so confident in this game, you're willing to double down on it, which basically means when you get it right, that pick counts twice. But if you do not get it right, if your stone cold lead pipe lock of the week gets unlocked, then it hurts.
Who would do that?
Who would do what? I mean,
who would be so confident they would make an outlandish pick and then it just not work out? Like, you know what I mean? Whoa.
That guy.
All right, where's he?
But yeah, if you do get it wrong, it does hurt your score. Doubly effective. Of course, on money line bets like UFC, etc., you can double the amount of units on your favorite pick with no risk. So that's kind of nice too.
I know UFC had an off season until I saw Pickmore's last 3 weeks.
That's fair, yeah.
All right, power up pick boost. The pick boost is amazing. It's like 150 tokens, right? Oh yeah, to buy the pick boost, which it turns like one of these. It's one of those Vikings chain things that Aaron was throwing up earlier. Don't do that again now. We're gonna get shot. No offensive takeoff. Once you buy it, though, the next contest, that was horrible. The next contest you enter will use said boost. And all of these can be used how many times per contest each?
One.
Bingo.
For my Latin friends, one. Uno.
That was bad.
Yeah, it was. Hey, I got a joke, though, that might make you laugh.
Uh-oh.
What has 2 thumbs and never wins any tokens?
Hold on now. It has to be these guys. It can't just be this guy. Come on now.
I've won tokens. I said never wins any. You don't win any.
Your last 3 weeks, UFC checks out, and so is Mike. I've been with Patty the Batty. That's all I know.
It gets funnier every time I tell the joke.
That's pretty bad. Because I wrote it for you. Whoop! All right, Saints and Eagles. So the Devil Worship. Let me shut up. The Saints are 6.5 point underdogs here to the home Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Jalen Hurts did not practice Thursday. Or he was limited, I think, with his shoulder thing. I don't think he's going to play again. Correct. I think Gardner Minshew this time locks it down. I got the Eagles, but I think the Saints do cover.
I think you've been cheating on my paper because I have the exact same situation. If the Eagles win, I do believe they clinch the number 1 seed in the NFC, and I do believe they clinch the NFC East at that point.
Yep.
So they're going to want to get this thing done, rest some starters, obviously not have to bring in Jalen Hurts for Week 18. I mean, if you look at it, Week 18, Jalen Hurts doesn't have to play. If they can lock it up in Week 17, he's going to get a full month off. Now we'll have the rest versus rust discussion, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Yes, Eagles win by 5, Saints cover 6.5.
Love it. I don't love it, but you get it. Hope we can both win this week. All right. Panthers are 3-point under puppies to the Buccaneers. The Tom Brady's actually, who apparently gets rest days on Thursday practices now. I love reading those reports because it helps you determine. Anyways,
22 years in the league, you earned it.
Well, that's fair, but not this year. I'm going to go with the Panthers to actually win the game. But I don't know if they win the division. I'm just like, I think they're going to, if they win this game, that the Buccaneers can still win next week, right? In Cliff's division.
I have to look at
We
it.
don't know. We don't know.
I think they're both what?
Carolina's
7-9 right
six
now.
and nice, and Buccaneers are 7-8.
Okay, so they would both be 7-9, and the Panthers.
I guess Buccaneers would have to win. The Panthers would have to lose.
Well, I think Carolina would have to lose because Carolina's already won the first game against them. So
That's nice. I love it. Sam Darnold, baby.
This is a pure heart pick. Give me the Bucs at home.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady comes up clutch. I'll say they cover the 3. I don't know necessarily, but I mean, 40-something-year-old, 45, 46-year-old Tom Brady going to win another division title.
You know LeBron's birthday is today or yesterday, so there you go. And so we're talking like, great players. Well, one of them's great. You can talk about your guy all day long.
Well, somehow LeBron James makes a football podcast. Let's move. Let's turn the page.
Well, I came prepared. Anyways, the Cleveland Browns, and we're doing it. We're definitely doing it. I think it's full for everybody. It's fine.
We need to get the trademark.
Command skins.
The command skins.
That sounds incredible. The new regime of owners, when that does come, should take control of this and take command skin. Okay.
We should buy the domain just in case they decide it's a great idea.
Dude! Oh, God, you're killing me. Command skins are favored by Tudor. And the Browns, listen, I don't even think Deshaun Watson can do this like once in a while. I'm going to go with the Browns. I think the Washingtons are out here starting Carson Wentz, and like that's hysterical. Well, that cracks me up, like, because he's just so inconsistent. Like, oh, we're gonna light some fire into the team. No, we're not. You guys stink. I'm gonna go with the Browns, and they win. By the way.
Yeah, I got the Browns winning here as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the untimely blow to the Washington Command Skins at this point that probably knocks them out of the playoffs. Detroit probably sneaks up into there at 7 seed. All of Detroit Mania is happy, and they're going to be excited going into Week 18. Yeah, I think the Browns get this win.
I would say the Skins, but I feel like then Vegas would be on to them, so whatever.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of the money's coming in on Washington, so I'm gonna take the Browns here.
Love it. Trevor Lawrence, that's right, the savior himself. He has risen. 4.5-point favorites against the Texans on the road. For me, I'm gonna go with the. Oh, it's down at the bottom. Good Lord, I'm an idiot. I'm going with the Jaguars to cover the 4.5. They won in like week whatever that was when they weren't as good, like 13-6, which is disgusting. I'm thinking we get 23-12 this time, which still is an ugly score, but let's do it.
Yeah, I kind of thought about that. The way that they're playing, the Jaguars, it seems like such a low number against a team that's, fighting for the number 1 pick here. But don't forget, the Texans, I think, have beaten them like 6 times in a row, no matter where the contest is.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to take the Texans.
This season, but yeah.
I'm going to take the Jaguars to squeak away with like a 3-point victory. And I'm going to say that the Texans cover 4.5.
I think the Texans can do that next week when they beat the Colts and gift us Bryce Young. Anyways, let's get to last week's winners. It's funny how much I change. So Matt's Mattini, I want to do that to Matt. Matt and I, 28, who puts the me and you. Oh, good Lord, what have I done? Won $560 with a 90% success rate, which means you didn't finish. That's gross. Which is the most I've seen, $560. That's pretty good.
Congrats.
Rossi. Sounds like a golf name, actually. Won $160 for second place using 3 power-ups, including the double down. And iconic_1, who really was the iconic 3. I'm sorry, I have no room to talk. Won $80 for third place. Aaron was 23rd, winning 19 tokens. You hear that and see that?
I hear that small. There's a small clap in the distance.
It's like a guy just like birdied or parred, saved par. That's what you did, 19. Good job.
It's funny because 19 is my favorite number. So if I didn't win any cash, I'm okay with only winning 19 tokens.
That's funny and superstitious. I was 35th, winning absolutely nothing. Again, at 34%. It's just the pressure of doing pick'emwars.com/podcast. That's all this is. Because the weight of the world is on my shoulders and the weight of my gut is on my hips.
If tokens were converted to liquid, this is how much you won.
Oh, for the pool. Okay,
That's what you need to start doing. Tokens for the pool or tokens for the pool.
Let's see a really quick commercial. I mean, it's going to last the same amount, but after that, we got to speed through it. We'll be right back.
Do you like sports? Do you like free money? You're going to be watching the game anyway. So join us at pick'emwars.com to play. Weekly NFL and NCAA contests are live right now. Play free at pick'emwars.com.
All right, 49ers and the disgrace to Las Vegas. 49ers are favored by 7 here. Okay, I'm going to go with the 49ers to cover against Jared Stidham. I hate saying that last name. That is a weird last name to say.
Yeah, this was a tough one for me. I wanted to take the Raiders in this one.
I bet you did.
49ers on the road against a team with a new quarterback. Everything said take the 49ers. Stidham's in. Have the team given up on McDaniels? I don't know. We'll see. I'm an idiot, though. I took the dog. Like I said, you're going to see a theme. Took a lot of dogs here. I'm going to take the Raiders as one of those dogs.
Howling. All right. The Jets are 1.5-point favorites, and they fly into Seattle to take on the Seahawks. I've got the Jets to win 24-21 because Kenneth Walker was limited in practice, and that Travis Homer, Simpson. Travis Homer was out of practice, so they're not going to have much of a run game at all anymore.
Well, speaking of Homer, since I'm taking the Seahawks, you can don't. I'm going to take the Seahawks to win this game outright, cover the 1.5-point spread, and keep their playoff hopes alive. If this game was in New York, I might sing a different tune. But I really like to see Geno in just even if they get washed in the wild card round, I'd like to see Geno in a playoff.
Or get a win against the Jets.
Also good, too. I didn't think about that. But
neither did I until you said New York.
Gets a dub, a double V.
Stop that! We are being stopped. No, sir. I don't even know if this gang sign looks like one.
The Aloha dub.
Woo! Vikings and look who it is. The Vikings and the Packers. Packers are 3-point favorites. I'm going to go with the Packers, but I'm going to go with the Vikings to cover the 3. I think Packers do win this game.
I took Vikings to cover the 3 as well. I do think the Packers find a way. This little Aaron Rodgers maybe sneaking in the playoff story is getting a little interesting to me. I'm kind of intrigued by it. I don't like the guy, you know that.
Oh, come on!
But I am kind of curious. It would add greatly to his legacy because we counted him out a month and a half to 2 months ago. So yeah, let's see what happens here. I mean, the Vikings aren't losing sleep. They've wrapped up the division. So the question really is do they want to be the 2 seed and have to play the Giants, or maybe they want to be the 3 seed and maybe skip the Packers if they do sneak in?
I like it. I wish we could talk. I have to move on here, but this is the battle for Hollywood.
SoFi Stadium showdown. There it is.
Yeah, this is just really. I don't even like. I feel like this is just such a boring matchup. I don't know why. Like when these two teams play, LA showdown. I feel nothing.
Last year, this game might have been bigger. Maybe
because the Chargers are not supposed to be in LA.
Maybe so.
I mean, that's all I can think of. The Chargers are 6.5-point favorites against Baker Mayfield. No respect for Baker, and rightfully so. But I'm gonna go with the Chargers to only win by 5.
So you're taking the Rams.
I am taking the Rams.
I too am taking the Rams. The legend of Baker Mayfield continues to grow. I don't think there'll be a QB controversy going into next year, but it could be a fun little.
That would be hysterical.
Feel a fun little story for the offseason. The Chargers once again will go into SoFi Stadium with the fan base outnumbered. So, yeah, give me the Rams. I think the Rams might even win this game.
I need Baker and Stafford to share Little Caesars commercials.
Oh, jeez.
That
How about
would be
Little Caesars
disgusting.
and Progressive hybrid commercial?
Oh my god! No, actually, I was thinking about like that, but you said it, so that was smart.
Save more money on your insurance so you have it for pizza. Progressive
That
and
bag
Little
is only
Caesars.
$5. I wouldn't do that if I was Progressive. Bad marketing.
It's like we got it the other day. I think it's like $6, man. Inflation's
That's
hitting.
annoying. That's annoying.
Inflation, the pizza industry is not immune to inflation, my friend.
That's sad. And rising crust, inflation. Okay, anyways. Steelers and the Ravens. Ravens, thank you, are favored by 3 of these. And Lamar Jackson did not practice. We were putting out.
9?
That's not like 3. Oh,
3.
okay. 3 times 3 math. So I actually like the Steelers to beat Tyler Huntley. I know that I'm going with the Steelers to cover the 3, obviously, by saying they win. I actually believe that Tyler Huntley's going to keep it close and have a chance. Because he did play. I mean, he was 9 of 17 last week, but he threw a touchdown pass. I've been horribly wrong about him. I'm going to go with the Steelers to win. God bless Kenny Pickett.
Not having looked at the total, I think I'm blindly betting the under this week on this game. It's probably, I'm going to say, I haven't looked, but I'm going to say, according to Yahoo, it's 37.
Is it 30? That would be funny because I have it at 30.
We have 35. Holy cow.
That's easy. That's too easy. I'm sorry.
I feel like this game might be 13-10, like legit. And I took the Ravens just simply because it's a home matchup. But I like the story of the Steelers trying to get to 500 or better to salvage Mike Tomlin's streak. But other than that,
I wanted to say that joke. That was good.
Other than that, I think the Ravens are the better team overall. And although Najee's cooking, so I don't know. I took the Ravens. I don't love it. This would probably be an eraser game for me if I would have slowed down.
That's a great point.
For me, it would have been. Yeah.
Week 18 is even nicer. Hey, we're out of time and jokes. Go ahead.
All right, that's going to do it here for the Pickin Em podcast for week number 17. Don't forget to follow Pickin Em on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Reddit. Mm-hmm. Also, subscribe to this podcast so you can hear our ugly mugs each and every Friday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And, of course, enjoy the games. Enjoy the games responsibly, gamble responsibly, drink responsibly, and, as of course,
happy Pickin Em. See you next week.
See ya.